Hello and welcome to the Daily Brown Bag. Today we're going to be talking about 5 important SEO reseller metrics for 2016. I'm Chad Hill and I'm joined by Adam Stetzer.
Yeah, good morning, Chad. Welcome to the Brown Bag. It is 2016. We're excited to be talking to you. There is still tons of interest in search engine optimization. Chad and I have been doing continual analysis, and the market opportunity here continues to be really strong. And so it makes sense that a lot of people are still looking for an SEO reseller to partner with. Maybe you're doing web design, you're a marketing consultant, you're an agency, you're doing PPC, and you're likely getting requests for search engine optimization, but you don't have a solid product. And that's when people turn to a white label SEO reseller, which we think it can work out very, very well. But some of the problems that particularly people just starting out, Chad, reselling SEO hit is they really don't understand the full process around rankings. Obviously, they know they're selling search engine rankings. Let me help get you to page one. They run into problems if that's about all they know, and they don't have in-depth knowledge. And so training is really important up front. You start working with a white label provider. You really need to educate yourself. You might get through the sale, but if you really don't know what's going on, you'll have a real hard time with account management and retention. So today we wanted to try to package up 5 great metrics that would start you on your path to educating yourself as an expert SEO salesperson, and even more importantly, as a very strong account manager to speak with authority on this topic. So Chad, let's take them through these 5.
The first one is, of course, rankings, which I think a lot of people would probably hear and say, well, are rankings really the thing to focus on? And I think they still are, because the reason that rankings are so important is that it is the best way of showing that you're making progress on a campaign. What we found over the years, and we've tried all the metrics we're going to talk about today as being the primary metric, what we found over the years is that the organic referrals, as Google's taken away information, maybe are a little bit fungible, and maybe the same thing with conversions. But to be able to see those rankings moving, that you started off on page 4 for something and you're moving towards the top, that really is indisputable that the project and the deliverables that you've performed actually move those rankings. So the first one is rankings.
Or 2, though, go beyond the rankings and look at the total organic traffic. So a couple places you can run into trouble, even if number 1, as Chad just talked about, rankings is working well. Well, what if you've picked really dopey keywords that aren't going to really help that business? You might be able to move a very long tail, obscure keyword. In fact, you will be able to move that up towards page 1, but it really won't have an impact. So you have to look at what Chad just covered in number 1, rankings, along with the bigger picture of your total organic traffic. If you've done good keyword research, these things will work in concert. We cover keyword research extensively in other videos, so check them out if you're confused about that. But number 2, going beyond the rankings and the SERPs, now what's my overall organic traffic picture? Is it moving in the right direction? And good SEO obviously will make that happen. That's why there's such a great return on investment here. But you have to get more nuanced too. You need to look at how long those people are staying on your site. So what's their duration? How many pages per visit is the average user clocking? What's your bounce rate? And you want to have some benchmarks. If you don't know about that, take a look at that, research that. Look at people are return visits. There's a whole host of metrics that will also help you understand the engagement. So several things here start to get more complicated. It's not just moving those rankings, but it's that there's also an associated increase in organic traffic, and the behavior of those folks when they come to your site is also really strong.
The third one is number of pages receiving organic visits. And this is really all about the breadth of your website. So as you start, again, performing deliverables as part of the SEO Reseller program, writing on-site content, tweaking different service pages on your website, what you're going to want to see happen is that there are more than just your homepage getting referrals from search engines as you're building out these deeper, longer tail pieces of content. So a very good indicator that things are going in the right way, again, as you move through the rankings, as you move through increased organic visits, is to see that the number of pages, so that's the count of pages that are actually getting referrals from a search engine, is increasing.
Excellent. Number 4, domain rating. We get this metric from Ahrefs. Others like to look at Moz's domain authority. We did used to use that, but we're using Ahrefs now. And domain rating is a really good metric for you to understand, again, as your role as a consultant to that small business customer who has purchased SEO from you. And domain rating, Chad, I mean, this is particularly important if number 1 and number 2 and number 3 aren't working yet. So maybe the rankings aren't moving as fast as your customer wants. Or maybe they've moved from page 80 to page 12. So you're seeing some good early movement, but this is a really nervous customer, someone who's very price sensitive, and they're 60 days in and they're saying, why am I not on page 1 yet? And of course, if you're not on page 1, you don't have the total overall organic traffic to justify what's going on. You're not seeing all these hits in different parts of your website. And this is where you need to be able to have an expertise around domain rating and help educate them. Domain rating or domain authority, very interchangeable. This is your overall site's credibility, and it's a very good leading indicator that the SEO work you're doing is building credibility for your site, and it's building quality in the eyes of Google and the way PageRank flows and ultimately is attributed to your site. We call this a leading indicator of future rankings, and you need to be able to show them that data, do some benchmarking, and help them understand that while they're not seeing the ranking or the traffic yet, we have these third-party tools that are showing us that we're changing the profile of the site in the search engine, and that is usually, again, don't guarantee, but usually a very good early indicator that rankings will start to come later if we continue to do this very high-quality work, good on-site optimization, excellent content marking, PR, brand building, all the things that, of course, you're doing as a responsible SEO.
And the final one here is conversions from organic traffic. And of course, this is really where the rubber meets the road. 9 times out of 10, when we're talking to our resellers and ultimately to their end clients, the thing that small businesses and any business out there really is looking for is conversions. That's why they're making the investment in SEO in the first place. But as we've talked about, these 4 metrics we've already gone through up front, those are all the leading indicators that to show that things are moving in the right direction. But at the end of the day, you do want to be able to show how many conversions. So let's talk about what conversions are, because a lot of people just assume conversions are sales or their leads. I think that we need to dig deeper than that and start looking for also what we call micro conversions. So is there a newsletter sign up? Did someone express an interest in joining a webinar or download an ebook? These are all conversions, again, that are going to show that you're putting someone into a funnel, and it might not be right at the place where they're ready to buy, but it is important to see that those conversions are coming in from the organic sources.
Excellent. Well, Chad, there we have it. 5 important SEO reseller metrics for 2016. It's a new year. As I said at the start of the video, there's really no slowdown in this industry. If anything, there's acceleration. So the opportunity for reselling SEO, joining up with a white label SEO partner and offering this as a product alongside with your web development, with your PPC, with your excellent marketing consulting, with your PR activities is really strong and only growing stronger. However, I know a lot of folks have a lot to learn. SEO is a very complicated topic, and you don't want to be out there without being armed with the right information. That would lead to a bad sales process where expectations are poorly set, and which also leads later to really tough times in account management and customer retention, which can be very, very stressful. So I think these 5 metrics, Chad, are excellent for people who are just getting started and really want to round out their knowledge. Go over these a couple of times, watch this video a couple of times. And if you have further questions, reach out to us, jump in the forum, or come to our 4 p.m. session. As always, we want to thank you for watching our video. We hope you'll subscribe if this has been helpful, and we'll see you on the next Brown Bag.